I spoke with the professor. You're right. Lord Sherrington has no idea who has it in for him, but he seems to think his ring and his life might be in danger. I believe your intuition is correct, but he insists the party go on. He's hiding something. I'll see what I can find out about Maxwell and the other guests, but there isn't much time. Should I bring my pistol? Fine. I'll see you there. And try not to be so off-putting. You'll frighten people before the murders begin.
Heavens! This room reeks of foreigners.
Well, you see, Miss Louise, this is where Lord Sherrington keeps his finest acquisitions from abroad.
Well, she must be quite a woman.
No, abroad, Miss Bell. That means detective. Is that you? Darling, surely you recognize the detective from the papers.
I can't say that I do. I don't read.
Much?
Indeed.
Well, detective, it is an honor to meet you in person. I'd be delighted to have you speak at one of my lectures. The students would be thrilled. Are you available next Tuesday?
The detective's a mute, Professor, among other afflictions. I've pinned for the department on occasion. I say, detective, how is your caretaker?
Sorry, so ghastly. Someone's stopping to talk to you.
Hello, dear. May I have a moment of your time? Everyone gather round. Oh, what now?
Politics, card games, can you make my boredom disappear?
Truly a marvel.
That was inedible!
You mean incredible. Well, actually...
Where? Great balls of fire. All this excitement has me parched. Has anyone seen Lord Sherrington? Or the liquor cabinet?
I think we can excuse Lord Sherrington's delay, all things considered. The late Laura Sherrington. A lovely woman. A devoted patron of the arts. Fond of Dickinson. Quite the intellectual match for such a gentleman.
Sherry, what have I told you? You mustn't take so much brandy with rocks if you haven't got the stones. This is poppycock.
My genital diseases are none of your concern, Maxwell. Oh, when did the celebration move to my private study?
Oh, apologies, Lord Sherrington. I only wanted to show the majesties of your incredible
Save it,
collection.
Professor. It's all right. Now, I don't mean to beat a dead
Horse, you mean?
quite. But when I used to smuggle mushrooms in the outback, I once used a didgeridoo to beat a koala. Have to... Who?
Unless you're summoning an owl, you aren't making any sense, old man.
Save the jokes, Maxwell. One of my guests has stolen my property.
One of your artifacts?
Oh, my.
I'm sure you just misplaced it, Sherry. Don't be so dense.
It was right here, Max. And not one of you leaves until I have it back.
Have what back?
The dearest of my possessions. One of you is a thief. And until the snake has been driven from the garden, we will all rot together.
Lord Sherrington! If you need a drink, wash that down. I could use one too.
Roman, quick, help me with the door.
You heard him. Nobody leaves.
Maxwell, this isn't necessary.
There's not nearly enough air in here. I think I'm gonna stop again.
Detective? It's all right. Well, no, it's not. You have to snap out of it. You were right. You have to come back before.
He's dead! I need a drink to calm my nerves.
Dear God, who could have done... Dear God, who could have done this?
It's someone in this room. It must be. We're trapped in the killer.
Maxwell?
I will give the guilty party one chance to come forward before I start knocking heads into walls.
Maxwell, control yourself. We have a detective.
This silent looky-loo? I've never seen either of you two before. And come to think of it, nearly all of you are strangers to me before tonight. You, what are you doing here?
Well, I was told there was an open bar.
Maxwell, be logical. Who here stood to gain the most from Lord Sherrington's demise?
You can't think it's me!
Several of Sherrington's novelties have made their way into the university collection, haven't they? You cased his study on a previous visit. You knew exactly what to take.
Those were donations for the public benefit. I never profited a penny. Anyhow, if anyone had motive to kill the Lord, it was her! She penned his exploits for him!
Well,
No, you try listening to him prattle on about the tea service in Timbuktu or the harlots in Djibouti. It's all tedious and a bunch of lies.
careful, woman. Slander a man in his own home and you may find yourself crossing swords.
I'm sure you and the Lord crossed swords many times.
Why, you little...
But I had no means to kill the fabricator.
Poison, then. A woman's weapon.
Huh. And who here had the most opportunity to poison the Lord? Perhaps the one who was pouring drinks down his throat just moments before this disaster.
Impossible. We must find the real killer and prevent further violence.
You are the only one promoting violence, sir!
Wait a minute. What do we do? At this rate, there'll be another murder.
Conspiracy! What are the two of you plotting?
Maxwell, that is the apprentice and the detective. I hardly think they mean any...
Harm? What's a lady like you doing with this then?
Sorry,
Maxwell!
Use your mind, Professor. She's the one that doesn't belong here. She's been whispering in my ear this entire time.
And she entered the room right before you two.
And she comes on with the means of assassination? She's the killer!
Maxwell, go!
Because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me. The carriage held but just ourselves, and immortality. So, bringing the pistol wasn't my greatest idea. Sorry about that. But did you see? The professor's fingers, the umbrella stand, and the entertainer was just about to confess. I know this will be difficult for you, but just let me do the talking.
Well, I guess she's fired.
Hold it right there. I think it's safe to presume that whoever goes for that pistol next is the killer.
Or the owner. Check our credentials as you like, but in the meantime, let us resolve the evening.
Please do.
Are you two in cahoots?
No, but somebody was with our dearly departed dealer to steal Lord Sherrington's ring. Please, save the guests. See, when the entertainer swallowed flames, the murderer swallowed shame and stole the ring from the desk. The entertainer grew nervous as the door was locked and terrified as the body dropped. But despite her best efforts to stop further violence, was cut down by the guilty party as well.
Who did it?
Lord Sherrington, formerly known as Miss Bell.
But she's dead!
Quite dead, but see, the ring was a family heirloom, not from the groom's family, but of the bride. Now tell me, Professor, your lack of ring suggests you two are not married. Blonde hair, Belle. You know, perhaps all of this is just coincidence, but perhaps so is the fact that you are not wearing a ring, but your partner is?
You meddling bitch! I was avenging my sister's torture at the hands of that drunken brute!
Silence, you slimy tramp!
I can't believe...
I ought to end you now.
I wish you would! Then I could be with Laura!
You're sisters with the angels now, Miss Bell. Your mistake was assuming you would be as well.
Amazing! Now, are we gonna have to break the door down or fish the key from the corpse?
Miss Louise, I'm afraid you're going to have to keep writing stories for Sherrington because when Miss Bell dimmed the room, the umbrella stand moved.
So? That hardly helps Lord Sherrington now.
The umbrella stand has been moved from its initial placement and is now broken. Sherrington's not dead, he's just incapacitated! Although I would take care to remove the key from his windpipe, it seems to be slowing his breathing down considerably.
Sherry! Sherry!
He's alive! Then that means the entertainer...
Quite dead. Bullets will do that.
Maxwell, good heavens! I saw the light. I saw Laura again.
Take it easy, old man. Care for a drink?
Oh, no, thank you. I'm quite done with that for now.
Here. It's Laura's ring.
You found it. Oh, capital. Thank you. Thank you so much. You know, I think perhaps I ought to put this away somewhere less conspicuous. This evening has been quite ridiculous enough as it is.
I don't want to take all the credit, but I think I pretty good. Yeah.
Detective, you are amazing this evening. I don't know how you did it. Lily, put the gun down.
Detective!
Because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me. The carriage held but just ourselves and immortality.
And so of larger darknesses, those evenings of the brain, when not a moon disclose a sign, or star come out within. It's all right to be afraid, Detective. Who knows what's out there? The dark, it's scary, it's uncertain. But we have the remedy. Observation, explanation, resolution. We illuminate the darkness by unraveling mysteries. Now let's go solve another.